What is your beef? Let's see here. Dear Jim, my beef is with Eric Church canceling his concert so he can go watch the Final Four. Signed, Butthurt Rednecks, who blew their next 3 Silverado lease payments on non-refundable airfare to the show. Signed, Brent and Bugaha, having a record year. It's good, Brett. I like that one. That works. Hey, Rome, my beef is with the lame tools at sporting events who are shown on the Kiss Cam Jumbotron with their wives while also holding a beer. They look at their wife, then the beer, and they go back and forth while trying to get the crowd to laugh at their lame joke about who to pick and then ultimately selecting the beer. These are usually the same tools who will then complain nonstop to their friends how they never get any action from their wife. Gee, I wonder why. Loser. Zach in Vancouver. Hey, Jim, I've got a beef with TNT. Why do they always advertise an NBA game on Tuesday? Instead, they put on some slop called the Lakers. This is not basketball and an embarrassment to both the NBA and TNT. I would rather TNT put on Space Jam instead of this garbage. Thanks, Mark in Scottsdale. No, you wouldn't. Dude, you obviously have not seen that movie, or you wouldn't be saying that. That's not true. The Lakers suck. Space Jam 2 is a million times worse. Mr. Rome, my beef is with St. Louis dubbing. And by the way, don't talk about that movie until you've seen it. Don't talk about a movie you haven't seen. Because if you've seen that movie, there's no way that'd be your take. Mr. Rome, my beef is with St. Louis dubbing their boring city as the gateway to the West. Wow. What a hill to plant your flag on, weirdos. War the Chicken Man. Garrett in Utah. Hey, Jim. My beef is with the expression, I'll be honest with you. What? Were you not being honest before? Cut the word vomit and tell it how it is. Jay-Z in Minneapolis. Snags. My beef's with Die Hard and the medics wheeling the 300-pound dead German out of Nakatomi, maybe mix in a pulse check after cutting him down from the chains and, I don't know, take away his machine gun before you cover him up. Damian in Greensboro. Damian, dude was dead. There's no doubt that guy was dead. Come on, man. McLean finished him. My beef is I don't get to hear the greatest song in the history of the world put on the writ more often. Diabetes. Signed, Patrick in Alabama. Hey, Pat, calling it the greatest song in the history of the world might be a bit of a stretch. Pretty good tune. Hey, Jim, my beef is with the gale force, Arctic, whining, blowing in from the north. Hey, Raptors fan, stop bitching about every call. Yes, the game of basketball is relatively new to you, but just because the Zebras blow the whistle on your team doesn't mean they're wrong. Raptors fan, sit back down, crack a Molson, and jam it in that incessant complaint hole that you call a mouth. Signed, Paco in San Rafael. Romy, my beef is with my father-in-law for not teaching my wife how to cook. While he's at home eating legendary Italian meals made from scratch, I'm here eating a frozen burrito from the gas station. I want some chicken parm, too. Come on. Joel in Safety Harbor.
Come on.
Here's your leader so far. Rome, yeah, man, I got a beef. That somehow it became socially acceptable for every woman in America to wear yoga pants in public. I'm sure they're easy and probably quite comfortable, ladies, but they also highlight every lump or crevice going on down there. I'm no prude, but cover up your lumpy butts. Dino in Vegas. Damn, D. Wow. Jimmers, I got beef with the dopes who think that the Rock-Smith altercation was staged. That ass just cost himself millions in future revenue and roles in movies for which he was considered for. One slap made him toxic, plus he's a complete scumbag. Abbey in San Diego. Like I always say, you don't want to get on the wrong side of Abigail. Hey, Jim, my beef is with holier-than-thou vegetarians. These know-nothings think they're smarter than several 100,000 years of evolution. We are omnivores, people. We have incisors for a reason, to eat meat. I don't care if you want to starve yourselves of essential nutrition, namely the fat-soluble A and D vitamins. Just shut up about it. Mack in Oakland. All right, things are getting hot up in here. What's up, P and the B? My beef is with the 12th man on every basketball bench that feels the need to play security guard after a big play, arms outstretched, holding back his fellow teammates from apparently storming the court. And a bonus beef with all basketball coaches and players that remind their teammates to box out on a free throw. I mean, isn't that a given since, like, second grade? That's like a quarterback reminding his offensive lineman every play to block the guy in front of him. Brad in G-Rap. I like it. I like that arms out guy. This is fun today. This says, my beef is with the lady doing her makeup in her car. Please pay attention to the road. I almost got into an accident as she almost ran off the road. My life should not be in jeopardy just because you don't have natural beauty. John in Buffalo. A lot of guys taking runs at the ladies today for the wrong reasons, I think. But I did say beef about anything you want. Jim, my beef is with people who vape that used to smoke. Congratulations for trading one nasty habit for another. And by the way, you look just as stupid as you did before. BZ in Pensacola. Rome. My beef is with the idiots that think those jet hand dryers in the men's room are urinals. Mike and Snowbird. What? Has anybody tried to urinate into one of those things? What are you talking about, bro? My beef is with grizzled, hard-nosed veteran. My beef is with grizzled, hard-nosed veteran detectives on real crime shows who, when describing what the victim was wearing when she was found, describe her underwear as panties. Hey, Clouseau, just you uttering that word gives me a major case of the willies. Please keep your sick, kinky, degenerate, unnatural sexual fantasies to yourself and just solve the stinking crime already. It's my man Dennis in San Luis Obispo. Hey, Jim, I have serious beef with two-glove golf guy, especially the dudes that keep both gloves on while putting. Come on, dude. It's a feel sport. Help yourself out and ditch a glove. Or maybe see an MD about those sweaty mitts. Chris in Alberta. Hey, Rome. My beef is with the sports parent who gets upset with me because their 12-year-old kid isn't getting better at their sport. This is the parent who is texting me weekly their frustrations about why little Timothy isn't the next Roger Federer. Hey, stupid. Maybe the reason he isn't getting any better is because he plays once a week for 1 hour. Doesn't want to be there and puts in a terrible hour of work because he'd rather be on his phone for most of the time. Before you roll up in here and blame me for your kid not getting better, maybe you take a look at your kid first. Just a thought. Jeff from PDX. I like that. That's good too. Rome. My beef is with that knob that condescendingly scans my receipt every time I try to escape Costco. Bro, you already have me for over $300 on like 6 items, and your fellow co-bag. Check me out. What do you think I'm trying to do? Smuggle out a trash can-sized box of Funyuns in my pants? Get the hell out of my way and let me lug these crates of food to my car. Tim and CLT. Jim, actually, Snags. My beef is with these horrible NCAA commercials that feature a certain credit card company trying to convince us that Jim Nance casually hangs out with Samuel L. Jackson, Spike Lee, and Charles Barkley. The one with the young Jim Nance is the worst of them all. There is no way those kids would hang out with that little bitch 45 years ago. It's awful. Quit rolling out those commercials or I'm switching to Chase. I feel like Nance should give me his tie after the tournament for sitting through all those stupid commercials. Stu in the 405. Come on, dude, you get off Jim Nance. You leave my dude alone. Turtleneck Pimp. My beef is with the clown comparing about what he has to eat because his father-in-law, there you go, here comes a beef about a beef. Complaining about what he has to eat because his father-in-law didn't teach his wife how to cook. Hey, ass clown, you should have beef with your parents for not teaching you how to cook. Stop blaming your wife for your poor eating habits. Hey, out of way, Mario. Good take. Good take. Jim, my beef is with Garrett in Utah. There's another one, a beef about beef. My beef is with Garrett in Utah. St. Louis was called the gateway to the West because most of the major expeditions to the western part of the U.S. originated here. However, I would not expect you to know any history, moron.
You're a moron.
Corey in the STL. Bella B is in. Hey, Paco, keep our name out your effing mouth. Signed Raptors fan. Wow. All right, let's go to the phones. We go to PA. Phil in PA. What's going on, Phil? What is your beef?
Hey, Jim. Thanks for the vine.
Yep. Alfie. Alfie, what?
I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
We don't have a lot of time. If I go to you, be ready. Be ready. Let's do this. We go to Jonathan in Memphis. Jonathan, what's your beef?
Hey, Jim.
Yes, my beef is with those moving flat escalators at the airport.
That's not a good call. No.
My beef is with how crappy you all are on the phones.
Not a very good call.
0 for 2. Let's try Green Bay. Barry in Green Bay. Barry, you're on. What is your beef?
Beef is with my wife. She's been packing my lunches for 15 years now, the lovely PB&J sandwiches. And what do I end up with, like Flavo-Right flavored peanut butter or peanut butter? She's got a 69 bowling average, and she buys a $500 oily ball lane. And it's just a mess. Jim.
No, bro, you're a mess.
You don't like that call.
What's peanut butter and jelly have to do with her bowling average and how much the bowling ball costs? Wait, what? At least you got through without getting run in the beginning. This is the worst beef phone segment ever. Quickly, Brian in Phoenix. Brian, you're on the air. What is your beef?
Well, my beef is with journos that use the word penultimate. Jim, nobody uses that word in conversation. It's journalists using a word the size of Peyton Manning's dome just to make something sound important. Second to last isn't important, and you know it isn't because tickets to Coach K's penultimate game didn't go for $5. Nobody's paying top dollar for a game-worn jersey for Brady's penultimate retirement.
Dude, way to work that into a series of sentences. Nicely done. The tweets were fire. The calls were ass. See you next Wednesday with it. Stay tuned.